Good morning. Right, so I'm just gonna give you, I've got better lighting so you can see my skin properly. So I'm just gonna give you a guided tour of my routine. Actually, no, I've already done it. Right, so we've got half a lemon. Right, so half a lemon costs 16 pence. And that one half of a lemon will last me for, I reckon, about 5 days, because I just only a tiny little bit of lemon juice on my face, and I just I apply as I go through the day as I remember, and I don't wash it. I leave it on. And are you ready for my close up? Right, so this is just me using lemon juice for gosh, how long have I been doing this now? All right, so I usually do 6 days to the sauna, and I do a face mask, and then I leave it for 1 day just to breathe, and then repeat for another 6 days. So I'll probably go later on this afternoon or something, because I don't Tuesday. No, I don't need to go until Monday. So I'll go Monday and do my face mask, depending on the energy, of course, because for me, energetically, I would want to be going when all the bad elements are gone. It's really interesting because the people that I struggle with most are the ones who have a belief in God, the ones who go to church on a Sunday kind of thing. They are the ones who bring the bad energy most of all, which is interesting, which is another conversation in itself. So, subject to whether I can get there or not, I may have to go the manual route, which is what I used to do before I started going to the sauna, which is to boil the kettle, and pour the water into a basin and towel overhead, steam, and then apply face mask. So I might have to go that route if it be the case that I don't feel the inspiration, or well, it's going to be by inspiration. If I feel inspired to actually go to the sauna, I will. If not, then I'll just continue doing it the way that I started off in the first place, back in the gosh, I would say I started doing all of this back in the late 80s. So it's not a matter of sort of getting to a certain age and realizing, oh my gosh, my skin's looking terrible, what can I do? You start young. You start as you mean to go. So that's it. So I'm just about ready now to go and do my exercise on the 3 steps. So I'm fully kitted out in my gear. You see the ankle weights? There I am, yes. So I'm pretty much good to go. And that's it. It's really quiet. It's peaceful. Nobody disturbs you on the stairs. Nobody comes and says, oh, what are you doing? Can I join in? Can you tell me what I need to do for this and that? It's brilliant. I go and do my exercise. I come in, I sort myself out, and well, yeah, it depends what time, because sometimes I start earlier. So it's now coming up to 11 o'clock. So it's little bit later, but it's Saturday, and I tend to, because we've got football today. So weekends are my best days for work, actually, because I usually plug in and sort of whatever sports on, apart from maybe I'm not into rugby or women's football and things like that. I hope you don't have a problem with me saying I'm not into women's football. Anyway, so I usually sort of stick with the sports, and that energizes me, and I tend to get more work done as a consequence. So again, I say energy begets energy. So the energy that I get from listening to the football, because I can't watch and sew at the same time, energy that I get, that sort of powers me, and I get more work done. So the point is proven in what I've just said, that if you're around people who do not have the same energy as you, or who, they've got the capacity to drag you down because they have bad energy, it's not good to be around them. I've got 2 hours before Facebook lets me back on, so I've got quite a bit to say. I saw an article. It's not an article. Facebook does posts. I saw a post, and it was a young person posting about something that an old woman said when a young person asked her what's it like to be old. And I maintain there is nothing good about being old, and I don't believe that with age comes wisdom. Right, so she was saying things like, oh, sorry, excuse me, I was gonna cough. She doesn't mind having grey hairs. She doesn't have to keep looking in the mirror. Basically, she didn't say anything that would grab you and make you look forward to getting old. Right, so as an example, I've got a pretty dark sense of humor, warped, if you want to call it that. And so my latest thing is, I've decided that the next time somebody says to me, "You look good for your age," I'm going to ask them to tell me how you're supposed to look in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. So I'm going to actually ask them to break it down for me and tell me how you're actually supposed to look. Right, because sometimes people come out and they just say the dumbest things. So on the comments to the article, it had all these young people saying, "Oh, that's great, that's amazing, that's awesome, that's fantastic." And all they're doing is patronizing this old woman. That's what they do. They see old people dancing, they patronize them. "Oh wow, look at that old couple go. Why shouldn't they be able to keep enjoying and doing what they do?" As you know, I'm 56 years old now. 56 and 1 month. Yeah, my birthday was the 23rd of March. Today's the 23rd of April. Right, so I can still go and do my thing and nobody would guess that I'm 56. Why? Because I've always kept doing the things that I love doing, which is the whole point. What I say, if you don't use it, you lose it. So I have kept going because I made up my mind from I was in my early 20s that this is what I like and this is what I want to keep doing. And in order to keep doing it, it's one of those things where I decided to make a pact with God. Some people would make a pact with the devil. I went the other way. And it's like, all right, if I do everything that I need to do, then as I've said many times, if you do your 100%, then God will give you the rest. So in going out and strapping on my weights and with the dumbbells and going and doing my thing, that's me doing my percentage. And then I can go to God and complain if I want to and ask him, "Hang on a minute, why aren't you doing your bit?" So the bit that he contributes, for example, the lemon, all of these things are by inspiration. So there's a saying, God gives to every bird its food, but he doesn't throw it into the nest. So if he inspires me to do something, if I don't do it, I can't then go and complain. So this is the issue I have with these, usually women who come and ask me for exercise tips and they don't go away and do it. I don't want to hear from them. I don't want them to come back in 2, 3, 5 years and complain to me that they've gained more weight or something, because they've failed. All right, so it's a bit like if I've got some blinds that I'm working on one blind to for completion today. If I go and sit down and just listen to football all day, the blind isn't going to make itself. So by the same principle, if the individual doesn't choose to act upon the information provided, then they will get no results. So there, it is pointless complaining somewhere down the line, or what I normally get, where people tell me I'm lucky or it's my genes. Maybe I'm genetically predisposed to exercising, or rather to having the will to go and exercise, so I might concede that. But then again, I wouldn't, because I would argue that it's a consequence of personal development. So if you don't have the character traits required to pick yourself up off your backside and motivate yourself to get the results that you're looking for, then I believe that's personal choice. I would argue, in fact, that it is personal choice. So I think there's not a lot more to say on that. But yeah, results don't just manifest. It's not by luck. Like I said, I've been using lemon juice on my skin. I'll zoom in one more time. You can use a magnifying glass and you're not going to see any lines or, well, makeup artists usually tell me that I have amazing skin, their word, not mine. And I took the liberty of asking one of them once, what do they mean? And they said, you have no pores. I'm going to zoom in again. No pores. But I don't know if it's as a consequence of the stuff that I've been using over the years on my skin or what. I don't know, but irrespective, it's not to say that you're gifted with something. It's a bit like some people are born singing, like they gifted an amazing voice, but you still, having the voice, if you never use it, what's the point of having it? So it's like with anything really, it's about putting in the effort. So up until now, God hasn't persuaded me of the purpose of aging. So until such a time, until he is able to say the reason why you need to get old and infirm is because if he can persuade me of that, I'll say, all right, fair enough. But up until this point, I have had no such communication. I've not had that information communicated to me. So we will keep going and keep holding God to account. So I wish you a very good Saturday, and look after yourselves. What did they say? Keep young and beautiful if you want to be loved. Anyway, let me go do my thing. See you later. Bye bye.